And we're live. It's Whiskey Watches and Wheels, and I am the man, the myth, the legend, back from a week off. You guys did a great job. I'm Matt.
Or whack off.
Gentlemen, introduce yourselves.
I'm Casey.
And I'm James.
Man, I missed you guys so much. You know, I'm so jealous. I was sitting there going through and editing the podcast from last week, and kudos to Dave. Shout out to Dave. Dave, you're listening. You did a fucking awesome job. Thank you so very much. You are welcome anytime. Hopefully I can be here next time when you're here. How's everything going, guys?
Going well.
Good.
Yeah. Anything new and
How's
interesting
that?
with you guys?
I'm sick.
You're sick.
Does that count?
You
That's
didn't
new.
tell us you were sick.
Yeah, well, I'm sick.
You're under the weather, huh?
Oh, I can hear it in
Yeah.
your voice.
Yeah.
Now I can a little bit. Yeah.
Now
Yeah.
you sound like me.
I do.
Yeah.
I sound like a damn Yankee, and I don't like that.
Hey,
New
but that's a
Jersey.
good band though. Great band. All right.
New Jersey or
No,
Yankees?
damn Yankees.
Damn Yankees. Do I know that? I don't think I know that.
Come on,
Either way.
Nuge, man. Ted Nugent was the guitar player. It was one of the super bands from the 90s.
Yeah.
He's good there.
Who's Ted Nugent?
I know the
Oh God,
tendencies.
those kids, man. What's going on here? So I have no eventful week in travel last week, but I have no stories from
What?
last week. There was nothing crazy or weird that happened during my travel until today. So I was out visiting customers, and I walk into my office, and as soon as I walk in my office, I hear in the distance, "What the fuck is that?" And I look over, and I shit you not, dude. There's this lady standing in the showroom looking at some stuff, and she's got a fucking cockatoo on her shoulder. This bird is fucking like friggin', I don't know, 18 inches tall, whatever, white bird with fucking feathers, you know, and all that. And she's like, and then all of a sudden, I see one of the associates like coming back with a bunch of napkins, and I look at what's going on here. Bird shit on the ground. You know, so this bird had shit down her back, and she's like, "I don't know, it never does this." And I'm like, "What the fuck? What did I miss?" So yeah,
Unbelievable.
So
let me tell you guys,
you have a
you
pet
guys
cockatoo?
you guys don't know where his shop is, but I do know where his shop's at. It's like, if for the listeners out there, kind of like that one place in town that you have a lot of transients, carpetbaggers, just hobos, bums, like, which is pretty much all of my town, but that particular area where he's at, very industrial. It used to be where all the prostitutes hung out at. It's very unique type of flavor of people. It's all kinds, and now I know like why you get all these stories of these people, because probably the people that go to the store probably live within a 5-mile vicinity area of you, based
No
on
doubt. Yes, I would say that's probably
right. What did you
accurate,
say?
yes. Yeah.
I don't think you got people coming from Dr. Phillips going to your store.
No. Well, we do sometimes, but you know, at the same time, you know, we have this really weird dynamic we are, because Kevin's right on hit the nail on the toes. You know, we have for years and years and years. You know, it's been horrible. I mean, when we first moved into this building in 2009, you know, there'd be people selling crack in the parking lot and hookers out there. There, you know, a guy got shot at the 7-Eleven or the convenience store, like, you know, 2 doors down. I mean, just crazy shit. Well, now this whole area is going through this gentrification process. And back in the 60s, it was known as like the packing district. So now a lot of the old defunct businesses, they're leveling them, and they're putting in like super high rise apartments and all this foo-foo stuff coming off the back of College Park. So we really have this mesh of like really high end people and bums. You know, it's really weird. It's a weird dynamic. We're hoping that over the next maybe, you know, 5, 6, 7 years, as it keeps moving further north, it'll just push everything towards a pop.
Well, the other thing too is you guys, Orlando, just the city of Orlando downtown just passed that ordinance, no parking after hours. I think after 8 o'clock or something like that, no parking. So a lot of those businesses that had nightclubs or places, restaurants and stuff, you can't park in the street anymore.
Yeah. So I'm not going anywhere anytime soon. We just signed another 10-year lease, so we'll be there at least another 10 years. So yeah, it's good stuff.
So hold on, this is a weird ordinance. What the hell they do plan for those businesses? How do they park people?
It's been all over the news now. So
Yeah.
a lot of these restaurants, predominantly most of the restaurants that were there were just breakfast and lunch for the office buildings. But there are a lot of restaurants there, especially by the lake. There's a beautiful lake there with swans and stuff. I think boats, Lake Aola, whatever. And they're complaining about it because there was a couple hamburger places and stuff like that. That, not everybody, a lot of law firms are in downtown. After that, they want to go have a drink and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You can't park on the street anymore. So I don't know what's going to happen, but there's all over the news that they're saying, hey, they're going to push them out and
Typical local government. I mean, that's stupid. But
Well,
I
what
don't
they're
know
doing
for
is,
what. I mean, why do they not want to have parking? Is there?
I
They
don't know.
haven't
what-
said
yeah.
that.
Well, here's the thing. I personally believe, they're just trying to, because the parking garages they've tripled the parking price in the parking garages over the last 5-7 years. So I think they're just trying to drive everyone into the parking garages so you have to pay. I mean, like crazy. The meters weren't so bad, but I think it's the parking garages are like almost $20 now for
No,
like
it's-
3 hours. So it's
That's
crazy. So I think they're just trying to drive people into the parking garages.
well, get off my lawn too.
Exactly. Well, we got a fun topic tonight. We talked about this a couple weeks ago, and then I wasn't here last week, but we kind of went through and
Fuck the watches. Okay, cool. Let's go right into the.
oh well, ooh, well,
Kevin's
It's getting
spicy.
hot.
well, okay.
You got a new watch, Kevin.
So
I do.
Okay, so
Oh,
here's
Kevin,
what we're gonna do.
that's your new
Here's what we're
watch.
gonna do. We're gonna finish telling the people what we're doing. Then we'll do the watches, and then we'll
Okay.
jump into our topic.
Oh,
I
okay.
Well, we mixed it up, and I forgot that we don't do the watches every week, and so yeah. So anyway, we picked our top 5 favorite car chase scenes from movies. We have no idea what each one picked, so we're just kind of gonna go over them. We'll each do one, and then go through around the table to do our second ones and see what we picked. But Kevin, you got a new watch?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Thank you for
Yes.
asking. I did.
Yeah, no worries.
So let me go to share my screen here. So I got this was off a recommendation off of a friend of mine. I saw his watch and I was like, hey, is that what I think it is? Oof, that's not what I want.
How are those porn
You didn't have
cans
any time to prep for this.
I did. Hold on. I just got to pick the right one. Okay. Here it is. So is it not working?
open? We got
No,
it.
it's working.
Yes,
We
it
got
works.
it. We got it.
Okay. So I talked so much shit about this watch, to be honest with you, because
You did.
it's
You totally
yes,
do.
I remember I did.
Yep.
And I even told I told my friend Devin, I was like, is that one of those piece of shit like junky Swatch watches? And he goes, yeah, oh, you don't like it? I'm like, no, that thing's like cheap. It's a quartz. And he goes, no, it's an automatic. And I was like, no. So he goes, yeah. So he showed it to me. And I was like, oh shit. Okay. So we hung out and it is kind of loud. And I was like, really? I kind of do like it, but it's an automatic for like whatever, $400 or
$400.
3 something.
Mhm.
Yeah. So he goes,
What
yeah.
is it?
So it's a Blancpain Swatch. So I have the
50
oceans of the
fathoms.
yes, but I have the oceans of the storm. So I went to Swatch store locally and I bought the Atlantic Ocean. And when you go to the store, for the listeners, most of the time they have the 4 oceans there. They do have the oceans of storms, but it's not on the media poster boards. You actually have to ask for it, and that's the Black Watch.
Oh wow.
So you have 4 others: Indian, Atlantic, Pacific, and I don't know what the other one is. Arctic. I don't know. Who knows? But
Details, buddy.
I'm only telling you about the watch that I got. I will tell you this. This loom. So I did post it on our Instagram page. You guys got to check
I
it out.
saw that. I
The
saw it.
loom on this is the
Right.
brightest loom I've ever seen on any watch ever. So it's actually, well, you can't see it here, but I'll show it to you on the.
Do we know what the loom is?
No, and I tried looking
Kryptonite.
at it. I don't know what it is, but it is. So it's around the bezel as well, which most watches don't have the loom around the bezel. It is loud. I'm gonna stop sharing my screen.
Yeah,
but it
but
is
you're a convert, is what I'm hearing.
So funny story. Here's another thing. So while I went to go do that watch, Devin met me at the store Let me tell him to listen to this podcast. So Devin told me, hey, I'll meet you at the store because he goes, I have to get the Snoopy watch for one of our other friends.
Is this the Devin that I know?
Yes, it is the Devin.
Okay.
We all know Devin.
Dude, he's like the sweetest guy in the world. I would love to see the look on his face when you said, "Is that a piece of shit?"
So, Cody,
How to make friends.
Cody wanted him to get the Snoopy Swatch Omega watch. So I was like, "Oh, you're gonna get that watch from him?" I'm like, "Man, we were just talking shit about that watch." So, anyways, he goes and he's like, "Yeah, we just got one, and we actually have two." And I was like, "Oh, you have two?" Now I don't know if Devin actually wanted to get that watch. It didn't seem like he did or not, but I was like, "I'll take that one too." So until my next podcast, we'll go ahead and I'll show that one. But as we get into the store, all these people start coming into the store, and they're all like, "You have the Snoopy watch? You have the Snoopy watch? You have the Snoopy watch?" And I'm like, I look at the lady, and I'm like, and she's like, I got you.
Yeah.
And the lady's like, "Yeah, we do," and because there's two people at the registration, and she's like, "No, it's already sold. No, it's already sold. No, it's already sold." And they're like, "Well, she said you have another one." She's like, "It's sold." So I have that one. I don't know. It's okay.
You could have turned it right there.
You didn't
You'll make
flip
money
it out
on
of the trunk of the car in the parking lot?
No, so actually I did look at that. So here's the deal. eBay takes 13%. We'll say 14%. So by the time you sell it on eBay for what they're going for right now, you're gonna make $30 on the thing. So
Yeah, it's not worth it.
I'll sell it to one of my friends at what I'll do just a pot thing cast on it and then sell it to one of you guys or whoever else wants
That's
it. 'Cause I'm not really I don't want a Snoopy watch, but this thing,
Matt likes
it's waterproof.
Yeah.
It's really cool. I like the band. It is
Water-ish proof.
no, it's 300 feet.
Okay.
Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it is loud. It sounds like a fake Rolex, I guess.
Yeah.
It's pretty loud, but and I think it's got a plastic crystal on it. So
Yeah, but it's still an automatic movement for
It
$300
is.
or whatever. That's
$400, yeah.
400, right?
Is it 40
You paid
bucks?
$400 for it.
$400.
Yeah, that's the retail.
I just like the loom because I was like, man, this loom is super
it was
bright.
bright.
So
It was bright. In
I did
the
the
photo.
4 looms, which you have the Skormansky. What's that
Mhm.
Russian watch?
The
that was-
Gargarian.
Gagarin.
Yeah.
That watch, a Rolex, and believe it or not, that tuna, James, that you have, that Proplex, that was the 4th brightest watch.
Prospex?
So I guess Prospect, all dive watches.
Mhm.
Super. I have to just mess up when I'm talking. This way gives
Yeah.
James a chance
So-
to correct me.
No, it's fine.
just a quick note. I wore that watch for weeks, right? And I would take it off at night, and I guess the band, the gold on it, was starting to irritate my skin. It was
oh, God.
because
Even a
it's
rash.
not real. Yeah.
because I was wearing it too often, so
Yeah.
I switched it out. But
James,
I
you
enjoyed
have a
that
new watch too, don't you?
I do. Yeah, I do.
Oh, yes, you do, huh?
Yes, I do. Yeah. Remember we used to do watches?
I know.
Yes.
Hey, before you go to that, I have a question for Kevin real quick. Did you ask Kevin? So if you buy the Swatch, the Indian Ocean one, does it come with free tech support?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
Put a-
Wow.
Yep. All right. James, it's all yours, buddy.
That was killer.
Yeah, right?
It was
That was
something.
good.
It was
Yeah,
something.
was something.
good. Yeah. All right, so guess what? I got a new Seiko.
Oh,
I
so
love this
funky.
one.
I love
Hells
it.
Yes.
yeah. All right,
I love
so this is a Seiko 6139-8041 speed timer JDM. So any 6139 is going to be killer, but this one
Yeah.
is really nice with a green sunburst dial. Got the original bracelet, 39 millimeters, day-date window display, and it's got the that blue dial as an accent with some orange, or orange. So I'm digging
I
it.
never heard of that color.
That Yankees coming out of
Dude,
Yes.
Orange.
what's
this
really
watch-
funky about it? Well, what's funky about it is you have that sunburst dial,
Yeah.
yet then the chrono, the blue, almost looks like it's a matte blue. So you have this
It is.
brilliant, like shiny, and then just this
Yeah.
matte blue circle. I mean, which is funky. I dig it, but it's
It is sharp. and it
Yeah.
is from December of 1977. So,
All right.
Ooh, love it.
yeah.
I may have seen that.
Is that is that your actual watch? A picture of it?
Yeah,
Yours?
I snapped that. Yeah, I
Mhm.
snapped
With
it on
with
top
an
of,
original band, I might add.
Yeah.
no
Yep,
NATO?
I snapped that on one
Exactly.
of my original real tone
Yet.
transistor radios.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It'll-
no
it'll-
NATO
it'll-
yet.
Yeah, exactly. He's gonna change it out.
They
No,
made pink
it's
NATO.
good.
Yeah.
I dig it.
It's
Yeah,
Yeah,
a success.
so once you get it adjusted, it does the trick. But obviously, I prefer the NATOs, but some of them just don't need it.
Yeah,
And
that
I
was
think
that
that a
great
NATO
color
would
as
take
is.
away.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think a NATO would take away from just this dial, which is smoking.
I agree with you. Yeah.
Anybody
Cool.
else? Just us two.
Yep.
Yeah. No, I
Yeah,
don't have anything
cool.
special tonight.
Okay.
I'm rocking the Dookie. I got.
On to-
I got.
All right.
On to the
Well,
next
so
subject.
next week, both Kevin and I will have new watches again. So you're gonna have to put that on the agenda.
There you go. So who wants to start with their movies? Who wants to go first on tonight's topic?
Not everybody at once.
Oh, I'll go
I'll
first.
go first.
I don't.
I don't care.
All right, Matt, you go first. I
no,
love when
no,
you go
never
first.
go first. You
God
never
damn
go
it.
No,
first.
it's
Go
your
first.
topic, Matt. Matt, it's your topic.
Well, it doesn't matter whose topic it is.
All right, I'll go
All right,
first. I made
go
the
ahead,
decision.
Casey.
Shit.
Okay.
All right. So, car chase scenes, obviously, I'm a huge fan, but I think I really like it because of the audio. But also, these car scenes, a lot of movies do horrible car noises and engine revs that are in the wrong spot and like high pitched RPM that doesn't go with the car. And
That's
that
this
really,
Wallace and Gromit.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
That really bothers me.
Hey, nothing was better than Dukes of Hazzard when they had squealing tires on a dirt road.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, it's bizarre. So I chose 7, but I won't put all of them just in case y'all have one these as well. But I'll go reverse order for me.
Just
so-
one.
I'll only do one because we're going to each
Just
do
do
one,
one.
then we'll go each do
Okay.
another
Well,
one.
yeah, we didn't
Yeah.
give you the pre-notes, so
Yeah.
Okay.
haha, you don't get to go first.
Yeah.
Fuck I
Yeah.
hate. I don't have to be on this show. Hey,
No,
Um,
you do actually. You do have to be on the
Yes,
show.
you do.
You're stuck.
Yeah.
Or else we'll have to
let's
drop the
see.
bourbon.
all right. Here's our first one. Is
Ooh.
Matrix Reloaded.
Okay.
Nice.
And I chose this one because I love Keanu Reeves, number one. But this Cadillac CTS, I had one of these, and it was a terrible vehicle. But this chase scene is they're in a CTS, and it had the same wood grain steering wheel that they had in this one. So I thought that was my connection to it. But a pretty good car scene. I love those movies, and that's my first choice.
Excellent. Good one.
All right. Here,
Approved.
I'll go next. So for me, hailing all the way from 1996, all right, I did The Rock. All right.
Oh, interesting
Um,
choice.
When you have a basic, yellow Ferrari F355 Spider chasing a H1 Hummer through the downtown San Francisco area, it's always going to make for a good time. So this is The Rock. Lots of carnage to be had as they were chasing through. Glass going through. What's so funny?
I'm trying
What?
to do it when he was like, I forgot her name, but my manager, I'm gonna have to tell him to listen to this podcast.
Yeah.
He was like,
Somebody's
that's
gotta-
when you go out and you fuck the prom queen or whatever. And
Oh,
he's
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
So what's the prom queen? So I'm just listening to my manager who does it because he does it all the time. Inside
Yeah.
story. Go ahead.
But no, and so as we were getting these photos for those listening at home and not watching this, we grabbed screenshots of the movie. It's 2024. If you try to Google The Rock to get photos, all you get is Dwayne Johnson. You get 10,000 photos of fucking Dwayne Johnson. I literally had to type in The Rock movie, Nicolas Cage, Sean Connery,
Not
to
fucking
actually
The Rock.
finally get
It's right?
photos
You didn't
of
use
the
that
damn
in the
movie.
search.
Yeah. I just kept getting photos of freaking Dwayne Johnson. So but it's a good movie. So that was my first one. Let me stop there. Who's next?
Hey,
I'll go.
Kevin.
Okay, let's see if I can make this work again. I don't know why I'm having technical difficulties today.
That's
but,
okay.
let's see here. Oh, can you see that, guys?
Oh yeah,
Nice.
Yeah.
Yes.
Got it.
Classic.
Yeah,
Hey,
I
dog.
wanted to be like James today, and
Kind of
so
obvious. I'm just saying.
okay. Yeah. So that's it. It's Bullet.
What is it?
It's a movie from I'm gonna be like James from the '60s. Pretty cool. He drives a Mustang. So,
Trust him.
I recently just saw this movie, probably about
Eleanor.
7 months ago, and never seen it. It was before we were going to Rensport reunion. I wanted to see this movie because I know that's where it took place.
All right, so you haven't seen this movie until recently.
Yeah, until recently. Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
So I like it. There's an old Porsche 911. It's the girlfriend's car in there. I think that car actually sold for like $4 million. I could be wrong. Pretty cool movie. He's a cop and chases bad guys. That's
I think that car that sold for that, Kevin, was the one from the Le Mans movie.
No, I'm talking about the yellow Porsche. Then
Okay.
it was a 912 or 911. Sold for a lot of money. Maybe it was $1 million.
Okay.
And you're right.
That's
That
cool.
movie, this car sold for a lot of money too. This one,
The
in
Mustang.
particular.
Yeah, the Bullet Mustang.
too.
They just
Yeah,
sold a couple of
but-
years ago.
but-
It was big money.
When I was watching the
Yeah.
movie, I wanted to see if anybody had that car, the yellow 911 in there, and it sold for some crazy amount of money. And I was like,
That's wild.
shit. And it was a
Wow.
base. I think it was a Targa, wasn't it?
That's wild.
I think it was.
Yeah, I think so.
Mhm.
Yeah,
James?
that's a very cool movie going through San Francisco and jumping those hills. Pretty wild
Mhm.
stuff. I think that
Yeah.
set the bar, and I think that would be the number one on most people's list. So
It's
I have
certainly number one on most lists that I quickly scrolled through for sure.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep. Let's see here. Mine are going to be, I think, a little
Only
bit
one.
different.
Just one. You only get to do one.
One at a time.
Yeah. Alrighty.
I've never seen this one.
So
It's
this
good.
one
Never seen
here
it.
is Duel. Not actually a movie. It was a made-for-TV movie,
Ah,
and it was actually directed by Steven Spielberg. It was his first movie,
interesting.
right? So 1971, and this movie is based on a traveling salesman who is Dennis Weaver, and he is driving his car through California, and he meets up with some road raging truck driver who just tries to hunt him down, and you never see the truck driver. So really, the face of the evil person you never saw. It was just the truck itself. So,
Mhm.
I don't want to admit how old I am, but I actually saw it on TV when it played originally.
We know how
So-
old you are.
112.
But it was it was a pretty cool movie and worth tracking down if you can. I know it's on YouTube, the full movie.
It's on
so-
Amazon.
Mhm.
You can get
Is
the
it?
Blu-ray for $9.
There you
DVD,
go. Well,
$9.
I don't have a way to play that, but
Jesus Christ.
Matt, next one.
No, Casey's next.
No, Casey. Oh, no, Casey.
All right, my number 2. All right, so this is I gotta skip a couple here because we're doing 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so number 2 for me is going to be the Bourne Supremacy.
good
yeah.
one.
It's not a great vehicle, but I think the actual chase scene is awesome. This is again just a good quick screen capture from it. Just in a generic what is he in London or excuse me
Mhm.
Paris taxi. The scene is just awesome. I love these movies, all 3 of these Bourne movies. I really enjoy. I think they're
Isn't there
just as
4?
good. Is there 4?
There may be
Maybe there's
There
5
4.
may be.
because they
What?
did one with Jeremy Renner too.
Oh, maybe I'm
Oh
behind.
yeah.
Yeah.
I obviously get some more movies to watch.
Yeah.
But I think the movies are great. I think this chase scene in particular is really good. And he's just been shot in the opening part of this. He's been shot and he's pouring vodka in it as he's getting chased by the crazy cops. So great scene, great movie, great series, I think, really. So
Yeah, 5 movies.
Awesome.
all right, I'm behind. I need more.
All right, for me, the next one, again, these aren't in any certain order, but I'm sure we all love this movie. I know I do. Bad Boys. 1995, Will Smith chasing down Checky Caro. 1994 964 Turbo versus a 65 Shelby Cobra. These are two of my absolute favorite cars. I love the 964, and I've always loved the Shelby Cobra. Always wanted one. So yeah, I mean, this thing, I remember actually seeing this. I was just out of high school when I watched this movie, and it was just nothing like it. This part of the end. I mean, Will's cool anyway, especially back in the 90s. He was all there was. So, but to see these things up against each other, which was cool for me to be two of my favorite cars, it was just a fun time. So that's Bad Boys, the original.
Yes, love it.
Good choice.
Yeah.
Kevin,
We can't
Did
hear
anyone
you,
have
buddy.
Bad Boys? We're
I
we're
did
asking
not.
it.
I did not.
We're doing good
Yeah.
so far. We haven't had any overlappage.
Kevin's got no mic.
Kevin's muted.
Okay,
There
sorry.
you go.
Hopefully that-
There you go.
I was sniffling. I didn't want to have you guys, the audience listen. Okay, ready for my next one?
Yes.
Yes.
Let's see here.
Oh yes.
I've got this.
Oh, yes. Awesome. We got
What is it?
the same thing. So I'm sorry, I don't know why I can't function today. Too much Red Bull. Mad Max.
Mad
Fury
Max.
Road. So Charlize Theron or Charlize Theron or whatever.
Yep.
Throne. Yeah, that's how she.
Boom.
And Tom Hardy. The whole movie's nothing but chasing. I mean,
Yeah.
that's all it is. It's just nonstop 2 hours of them just running around, chasing, except for a couple when they're trying to get some water. Awesome movie. Can't wait. I can't wait for the new one to come
Sure,
out. See what that's
so.
going to be.
Saw it.
Yep.
I saw it a couple
you already
weeks
saw
ago.
it?
Yeah, it was
Mhm.
great.
Oh,
It's a
awesome.
big ass
So,
car chase the whole time.
cool.
Part 2.
Yes. So a lot of money into it that went into this. I didn't do any. I'm sorry, you guys didn't have any clips of the movies, but
That's
I'm
fine.
glad, that's on my list.
That's fine.
I thought I was actually going to pick one that like nobody else had, but you know what? Because I was thinking like James
Mhm.
outside of the box, and that's why.
scary. That's scary
Well,
shit right there.
This one, that movie's actually my top one. Here's my screen capture from it.
Oh,
This-
perfect.
This
Oh, so
movie,
now you picked it.
the
So we all
visuals,
picked it.
the videos, the audio of this movie, I think is phenomenal. I
Yeah.
love watching this in my home theater. These scenes are so loud and intense. And then the way the camera kind of like bounces around from car to car, and I don't know, man. It's a great movie.
My
And a lot
understanding.
of those cars went for sale too, and for big money too. Like that. So when I'm watching the movies, I'm like, how much did this car go
Yeah.
for? It's this car still. Maybe I'll get lucky one day and be like, oh yeah, it's on eBay for $20.
There you go.
my
yeah.
my understanding is that there was no CGI as far as the actual car activity. So
Wow.
those were the
Maybe
real
that's why it's
stunts.
so great.
You know,
Yeah.
obviously not having the people falling off and things like that, but the actual cars themselves, that was the real deal. So
And the budget was like crazy for that movie
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I mean, just crazy.
Well, I bought
All right,
I bought
my-
all the originals, and I tell you what, they're all good movies. They're all
Yeah.
good movies.
Yeah, they are.
my number 2, because I'm going in date order, so
Oh,
from latest
okay.
to greatest here. So my number 2 is going to be the slowest vehicle being
Herbie.
chased. No. Killdozer.
Oh, there you
boy.
go.
The
Killdozer.
Yes, Killdozer 1974. So this is another made for TV, which I
You did
happened
not
to
watch
see.
this.
I
You did not
fucking
watch this.
did. I absolutely did.
Oh,
So
I love it.
realistically, it's a bulldozer that's possessed, and it starts like taking these people out on the island, all these construction workers. So a small construction crew on an island is terrorized when a spirit-like being takes over a large bulldozer and goes on a killing rampage.
Is this where that guy got the idea from? That
Yes,
welded all the
exactly.
armor up to his thing and went on a
I
rampage.
knew you would remember that. So
I
that's where
love
the
it.
killdozer came from. So that's my second one.
Awesome.
That already gets the award for the weirdest.
Well, you
I
haven't
don't
seen
know.
mine yet. I haven't gotten it. So
All right, so I am going to let's go with
Is it-
this one. My next in line here is going to be one that I don't remember people liking this movie all that much at the time. I think it's got kind of a cult following now, but here we go. Baby Driver.
Well, I
There you
picked that
go.
one too.
This is
Yeah.
this is the opening scene in the Red Subi WRX. I think it's a really cool scene. It's a manual transmission, which I think most of these car scenes usually do, just because it's added kind of activity for the camera. But the dude's a fun driver in this. The car sounds are pretty legit. You get some turbo whoosh in there. They don't do anything too crazy that like the car couldn't actually do, but all the spinning and the emergency brake type stuff. We call that drifting.
drifting.
Yeah, that's all over my head. I don't know how to do that shit, but the movie's really cool, and I think this driving scene in particular is fucking rad.
Well, what I liked about that movie, Casey, so a couple things. One, I love the fact that they used, and again, I'm a big JDM guy before I've always loved Porsche, but I'm a JDM guy as well. So they used a 2006 Hawkeye WRX, which,
Mhm.
they could have done a Bug Eye, but they used a Hawkeye WRX. And then like you said, the video or the filming in there was very realistic. There
Mhm.
wasn't any fake audio or, everything was where it should be. You could, it wasn't, overly pumped audio and everything. So it was just very realistic to what you would normally get in a driving scene. So,
Yep.
James,
Yep.
I'm surprised you didn't pick this movie because the guy listens to cassette players, and I mean a cassette, so that's like right up your alley.
Absolutely.
all right. So my third one, and I don't know if one of you guys picked this here, then you are my kindred spirit. But nothing makes me happier than seeing 4 Mini Coopers chased by Pac-Man. So, for those listening at home, this is 2015's Pixels.
Never
All-star
saw that.
cast: Adam Sandler, Kevin James, had Josh Gad in there, Peter Dinklage, Michelle Monaghan. So, aliens come to take over the world, and they do it in the form of pixelated games from Atari. And so what's their answer? They take 4 Mini Coopers and dress them up like ghosts with some sort of technology to kill Pac-Man, and they chase around all of New York City in them. So it was just, for me, it's a fun movie. I have always enjoyed it. Mini Coopers are badass anyway. They use the newer ones in 2015. So it's just a fun freaking movie.
There you go.
And you don't get to see people chased by Pac-Man very often.
I never saw that movie.
You've never seen
No.
Pixels?
No,
No.
Oh, see, it's a
Me
great
neither.
movie, guys.
Nope.
No, seriously, you guys need to watch Pixels.
I don't know.
Mm-mm.
That's your homework.
No.
It's on
no, we
Netflix,
do not.
man.
No.
No.
I'm telling
Not
you,
happening.
you will enjoy it.
No.
Listen, Kevin James is the president.
No.
All right,
Kevin James.
Kevin James is the president. It's funny as shit. I'm telling you. All right, those listening at home, tell the guys and a little bit few Pixels.
Yes, and please comment back to us, letting us
Yes.
how poor the movie was.
No, it's not poor. It's a great movie.
Okay.
They're making Happy
Who's
Gilmore
next?
too, man.
You,
You are.
K-Dog.
Okay, so let's see here. Let me find. I'm gonna pick. I'll pick this one. So you guys did. That was on my list, the Baby Driver.
Mhm.
So go figure.
So a
right?
couple overlaps.
Fine. Yeah, not
Yeah,
bad.
yeah. So my next one is gonna be Terminator
She had
2.
what you-
Yeah.
Good one.
Okay.
Good one.
Very good.
Solid.
So Arnold Schwarzenegger, James Cameron movie, and trying to think of the kid's name. Ed, what's his name? I'm trying to think. Let me see if I can read this thing here real quick. Let's see
It's
here.
not
Wow.
Yeah, I forgot his name. But anyways, I think
Yeah.
I don't know if he's still alive.
He is, but dude, he's looking rough. He's gained like he's
Furlong or something like that. Eddie
but yes,
Furlong? I don't
Ed
know.
Furlong. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah. Just
So,
say his name
le-
so I can correct you.
There you go. Love the movie, especially when he's. I mean, in that movie, come on, that's got to be the most
It's killer.
tough Harley Davidson jumping off of a freeway,
joke.
overpass, landing. But I liked it just because it's sawed off shotgun. He's just, racking it, shooting it.
Yeah.
Good chase movie.
Good one.
Back in the day when it was all action packed and no one really gave a shit about reality. So yeah, good.
On the crazy thing,
Solid.
all the Harleys they picked a fat boy, which is such an odd choice to be.
Well, they
doing all
needed
that
to
stuff.
because
Yeah.
remember when he stole the thing, he got on the bike and it
Oh yeah,
sat down because he weighed so much
he's metal. Yeah,
Yeah,
All the
so I
metal.
think that's why they call it, the fat boy. So
Yep.
Good call.
yeah,
That's
Good
cool.
call.
yeah.
All right. My next one. I'm surprised hasn't come up yet, but it is Ronin.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna
Also-
pick that.
I had it on my
so-
list, but I didn't pick it.
Well, you should have. We all should have.
Well, I think
Because-
we all know how everybody is.
Yeah.
I mean, none of us guessed that Pixels was going to be on there, but I know we're all like, oh, I think
fucking
James is going to pick
Killdozer.
this. I think this is going to pick this. Like,
Yeah.
that's what I was going in my head. Like, okay, so
Well,
Great
I
movie.
picked
Go ahead.
Ronin. I mean, some great chase scenes in there. Some killer, what's that? 5 Series BMW.
Mm.
Yep.
Some great actors. Good
I love the
story.
French guy. I'm surprised he never really
Yeah.
took off and was a major motion. I
He-
know he's in
Mhm.
France, but not
He was
like he's such a
great.
good actor.
He was great in The Professional, and he also
Yep.
did
Mhm.
another movie where he's a deep sea diver, which was
Yep.
The Big Blue, I think it was called. Fantastic movie. It's not an action-packed movie, so sorry, Casey, but there's a story and plot. But the Ronin is a John Frankenheimer directed movie, so there's a lot of explosions and action going on. But good movie, and that's my next pick.
Love it.
Awesome.
Dig it. It's a very good movie.
All right, for my next one, let's go. This will be all right. So this is one of my, or I would say, my favorite movie series of movies, and I have all of them because I love them.
Oh, is
And-
he picking what we talked about before he got the call?
Probably,
Let's
I'm
see.
basic, but here we
Let's
go.
see. No.
Quantum Solace.
Oh no,
Nice.
No,
he's good.
but 007 Quantum
I'm glad
Solace.
somebody picked a Bond.
Yes.
Good job, Casey.
So I could have chosen a lot of them, but
lot
this
of 'em.
one had I think a really good scene. I was just watching Goldfinger the other night, and I like that scene, especially when Vesper when she wrecks, and it's so poorly done, but I love it. But I love these movies. Daniel Craig is, I don't know, he and Connery are my favorites, but
Yep.
The Craig movies are so much full of action and like more intense that I tend to drift towards those movies as more my favorite. But I love all of them. I could watch any of them at any time. But I think that's a good scene with the. I guess it's a DB9.
The sound is always good in those movies as well.
Yeah, it's
Well,
really good.
And
Top
and I
notch.
love Astons. I don't know. I know the DB9 and all that and the Vantage, but it may be the Quantum Solace, whatever the newest one is, where he's got the classic, the old school Aston, and he gets to the center of town and the people all around him. He starts doing a spinning with freaking shooting everybody with it's just freaking
That's
awesome.
good.
Yeah.
Good stuff. All right, so for me, this one might be a little obvious, but it's up there. It's just great stuff. Gone in 60 Seconds. The 2000 version, not the one from the
That's
70s.
the Eleanor. That's the Eleanor.
That's
car, right?
Eleanor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
correct.
So
Yeah.
Nick Cage, Angelina Jolie, another one. So
Oh.
got 1967 Ford Mustang. Nick Cage trying to get his sweet Eleanor to the docks in time without destroying it, and he basically tears the crap out of it. So it's just such a good chasing, man.
Great
He's
shots,
going
too.
everywhere.
Yeah.
And
I love this movie. I love this car. I think that Nicolas Cage is a terrible actor, but I love him in this movie. And the thing that I hate about this movie is the scene that you first posted is
Mhm.
when he's goes off the rollback and jumps like 47 cars,
which could never happen
Yeah.
ever.
yeah,
Yeah.
it just is like truly like jumping the shark. It's just like so stupid. But I think overall the movie's super fun, and I really like the movie.
Well, Casey, if you think he's a bad actor, I think if you checked out a lot of his earlier movies, I think when he wasn't an action hero, I think he comes off better as an actor than he
I would
does in these
agree.
later
And
movies.
even in National Treasure, I think he did pretty good in it. I like those movies because I'm a big history person, and
I agree with that.
So,
Yeah,
I
National
think
Treasure was good.
he was awesome
it's
in
not
Raising
his
Arizona.
acting, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So the poor guy, got into some very, very deep financial issues with the
Yeah.
IRS, and so basically had
That'll
to just
age
take
ya.
any
Yeah.
and every role he could just to keep money coming in. So it's one of those things that his movies aren't, or he's not a bad actor. Just and his newest one where he's basically playing himself. Did you guys see that one?
Yeah.
I
I haven't seen it, but I've wanted
Okay.
to see it. I've seen the
It's very
trailers.
entertaining
Pretty
because
cool.
he's basically playing a caricature of himself, who's got to do all these stupid movies, and it's very funny. So
The one that he played with Elizabeth Shue, very good movie.
Yeah.
With
Las
something
Vegas.
Vegas.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
was a very good movie.
You're right, and now that you all pointed those out, those are all good movies of his that I've seen, and I'm agreeing with you. But in Gone in 60 Seconds, and what was
Con Air
Con Air? Yeah. I mean,
Face Off.
and the motorcycle one, the when he turns into the flame guy. Or
Yeah.
terrible.
Well,
Yeah.
if you
Yeah.
haven't seen the movie Birdie, check that out. That's
Oh,
an
I've heard
early
that
one of his movies. It's got a Peter Gabriel soundtrack, and it's
Yeah.
got Matthew Modine in it, and it's pretty intense movie. It's good.
Well,
Was
he's
that
the
soundtrack on what was on soundtrack on? Was it
8-track.
on vinyl
8-track.
only?
It was
Or
on
8-track?
8-track.
8-track.
yeah.
No,
I don't know.
yeah, it's behind me.
Well, he's
Actually,
the
I
nephew
do have
of
it on vinyl, Kevin.
Victophone.
well, who's the guy that did The Godfather?
Scorsese.
Scorsese.
Coppola?
Oh,
okay.
Coppola.
Coppola.
Yeah. So he's Coppola's nephew.
Yes,
Yeah.
he is.
Yeah.
So
Good
I
deal.
like
All right,
Coppola's
Kevin,
wine.
Oh,
Yep.
okay. Your turn.
you're up.
Yep. Okay. Let's see here. We're gonna pick this one because you took Baby Driver. No Man's Land.
oh, very good. Yep.
So
I don't know it.
You
I
have
did-
not. That was your homework. Like I don't
You
know, like
still
5
not
weeks
A
ago.
month ago, yeah.
I
Yeah.
missed that.
I recently bought it off Amazon just because of my shirt, and
That's right.
it's a
You
fucking
need to
great.
show the back of the shirt there.
You're gonna have
the
to-
back
great
of the
movie.
shirts. Turn around.
James,
Oh, is
have
this
you
the
been
one you
sleeping?
made the shirts on? Okay.
Correct. Yes.
Yes.
Got it.
Yes.
You're gonna have
So-
to bring that DVD down to the next get together so you can share that.
Okay.
Charlie Sheen, D.B. Sweeney. Charlie Sheen is a cop. No, he's not a cop. He is a car thief.
Yeah.
Thief that steals Porsches. D.B. Sweeney is a undercover cop, infiltrating. They become friends. You guys know the whole story. They have
It's
to
a
turn
buddy
each
movie.
other in. It's a buddy movie. Yeah, they become best friends. Tons of scenes where they're running away from cops. Cops are chasing them. Love it because it's old G bodies, which
Sure.
love the cars.
Love them.
Yep. So I love it so much. I made a shirt of it, and I actually took the shop where they were chopping cars. It was called Porsche Techniques, and made a shirt out of it. Made some stickers. I've actually sold some stickers of it. So just kind of a good feel good, throwback 1980s. And it's funny when I watch these movies, I actually look at a lot of the stuff in the back, whether it's like I saw, and James, you're gonna love this, an old Pioneer LED neon sign that you could only get like if you were a Pioneer dealer,
Dealer,
and it had a
awesome. Yeah.
retro girl,
That's killer.
which kind of like that. What's that 80s artist? I'm trying to think of his name.
Like from the cover of Duran Duran Rio.
Exactly, that same guy. So that's what it looked like. I was trying to find that for a buddy of mine who's really into the 80s and stuff. In fact, I actually made him a jumpsuit to look
Love
like
it.
he's a body guy, body technician, auto body technician. So I made him one and put his name on it and everything. So I don't know. It's a cool
I know.
movie.
I think we should rename this podcast to a little about a lot of things, because we just
Yeah.
know a little
Well,
bit
yeah.
about everything. The fine details escape us.
Here's what we'll
So-
do. We'll just rename the podcast Squirrel.
Yeah, exactly.
Squirrel.
That's awesome. Alrighty,
right.
so my next one, once again, is not a movie. So I'm going to cheat a little bit. Alrighty. So next one for me is The Hire. And the favorite one out of that is the Ambush for me. So this is 2003. This was a series of marketing movies that BMW did to introduce their new line of cars. So
Okay.
a number of short films, right? So it was Guy Ritchie led, and multiple directors, including John Frankenheimer, but it had Clive Owen in all of these, and each one had a different BMW car. And then Madonna showed up in one with the 5 Series. This one here, called The Ambush, has the 7 Series, and it's just nothing but chase scenes. So great promo for the cars, and who needs a story around a chase scene, really?
Correct. No, I remember when they did this. Yeah.
Yeah, 2003.
Mm-hmm.
So no one has picked Transporter, huh? No Transporters?
No, I was just thinking of that.
It's
when
on
you
the
said
short
that.
list. It is.
No.
It's a really good one.
No Jason
I mean, when you
Statham.
said Guy Ritchie and stuff like that, I automatically was like, oh, there's no. And those were, and when you said BMW, I know it was all Audi based,
Yeah.
movies and
Yeah.
stuff. So
Yeah, it's weird. When I was going through this, I didn't even, and I love the Transporter movies. I didn't even, there's so many out there, and I just didn't even think about it.
and I was definitely gonna pick the Italian Job because I'm a Mini Cooper fan too. Not like you, but like the new one. I didn't like. I mean, the old one was
Mhm.
okay, but I don't know if I'm taking anybody's list away. But who's next?
I
Casey.
think I'm back up. All right, this is my last one. This is also a where is it? A mini movie. And it is The Italian Job.
Which
Very
one?
good.
The new one. I haven't
Yeah.
seen the OG. But I love the 3 colors. This is one of the doing the actual heist, the long part of the scene.
So this is
3
the
colors.
3 Mini Coopers
Yeah.
opposed to 4 Mini Coopers.
Correct. But this scene going through the tunnel is kind of cool, although it's a little stupid. As some of these
How do you
movies
launch
are.
like that?
Yeah, exactly. It's surprising, but I think the 3 Mini Coopers are fun in this movie. I know that they're fun cars, and this one was I thought it was a good scene.
Cool.
No, there's no movies with any Miatas, are there?
Definitely not only Mini Coopers.
No. I
Yeah.
can't think of anything. No.
Interesting.
All right. So for me, my last one here, and this just proves why we do this podcast and why we're all friends, is The Italian Job.
There you
So-
go. Perfect.
So, so Mark Wahlberg, Charlize Theron, 2003. This one, instead of using a 2016 Mini Cooper, they're using a Mini Cooper from
53s.
1997, and they all look the same. So, but yeah,
1997. No,
yeah. Yes.
they're not 1997.
I Googled it, and that's what Google said. Google said that the car
Google never lies.
used in the 2003 Italian Job was the 1997 Mini Cooper.
No, that car is a 2003. It's an R53 supercharged. They didn't make that car in 1997.
Okay, well there
They
you
made
go.
those cars, and I believe the first year was 2000, and it was an R53. And so the one with the vents are R53 supercharged, and the other 2
Mhm.
normally aspirated.
All right, well then you know better than I do, because I don't know. I love Mini Coopers, but I don't know anything about them.
Yeah,
I just like the
There you
car.
go.
check.
There you
Check,
go.
check.
That was good.
Fucking hell.
All right.
I used to have that
So-
little red one, not the red one, but same. It was blue, but fast little
That-
cars.
The S models were cool. They were
Yes.
cool.
Yep. I don't have any other ones, so I had Baby Driver. So James, what other obscure movie that you have?
Wait, you're not going?
I have Baby Driver, and Casey described it, or somebody described it pretty better than me. So, or
Okay.
Matt.
I'll show you one here.
You can show us too.
I will. I'm going to.
Okay.
All right.
There you go.
Last one for me the Omega
it.
Man. What do you mean you knew it?
Is this movie?
I knew it was going to be strange. It's
1971.
something I never heard of.
It's a classic movie. This is
Never
a movie.
heard of it. Never heard of it.
What?
Nope.
You didn't even see the Will Smith remake of this?
Nope.
No.
All right. So he's
Matt,
the only.
have you?
No, this is a new one for me. No, sir.
Oh, you need to look it up. All right. So essentially, Charlton
We'll
Heston.
do that as soon as you watch No Man's Land.
Yeah, we will. We will. But essentially, the Omega Man is Charlton Heston. He believes he's like the last guy on Earth here that isn't afflicted with this biological disease or whatever it is. But he has to be back at his fortress of a home before sundown, before the family comes out. So essentially, there's one movie playing and it's Woodstock, and he goes and sees the movie constantly. And he goes, oh shit, it's time for me to get home. And the sun was going down, so he just has to rip through this abandoned city and trying to avoid all these kind of the
Is he a
family
vampire?
going after him. No, he's avoiding being one.
What was the Will Smith remake called? It wasn't Omega Man.
It was I forget what it was called.
I Am
because,
Legend.
We know
I Am Legend.
I Am Legend, which
Yeah,
was
that was a great movie. I
book.
did like that.
Yeah.
It was a book. Well, this is the original movie off of the book.
Wow.
This is Charlton Heston, the same guy that was in wasn't he
Soylent
in
Green,
Ben-Hur? No, I'm thinking
Ben-Hur.
Ben-Hur. Okay.
Yeah.
10 Commandments.
Wasn't he in the
yeah.
original Planet of the Apes too?
Yes, he was.
Yeah.
Well, ain't that
So-
interesting?
That's what I got for you boys.
What's the next one? You got another one.
So the one that we should all have at the top of our list is
Is it a movie or is it a TV show?
no, it's
Or is it a book?
it's a short.
It's a short.
Satay
Edgar Allan Poe?
on Rendezvous. I don't know French. So Satay on Rendezvous. Essentially this guy takes his Ferrari, and this is his Ferrari 275 GTB, and rips through Paris in the morning, and it's the real deal. And if you haven't seen it, look it up on YouTube.
What's it called?
What they called?
Oh, gosh.
How do you spell it?
Satay on Rendezvous Paris.
Okay.
Well,
All right.
none of us speak French. How do you spell it?
Jesus. How about I just send you the link?
Perfect.
All right.
How are we
But-
friends with this guy? This
I
guy
don't
has
know.
all the weird fucking
Yeah,
movies.
weird stuff.
No,
Like-
yeah, but I don't steer you the wrong way here. You're gonna
Oh,
watch
we're
this thing and
steered.
go,
We'll let
We're
you know.
steered.
Don't worry.
you're gonna say, "Holy shit! How have I not seen this before?"
Well, we
No.
know how we haven't seen it. I mean, because I'm getting fucking
fucking
pronounce
French.
it. If you can't pronounce it, I'm damn sure not going to see it.
Fucking hell. Jesus
All right.
Christ.
Well, I'm sure some of our listeners and viewers have seen it, and they're in the know, and you guys are not.
Please
Obvious.
leave us a comment.
Absolutely.
Who
on
made
our
the best
YouTube
list?
channel.
And just so you know, I just didn't read far enough. So that says the first Mini to appear in the movie is a 1997 Mini Cooper Mark 7, but that was because she drives an original one at the very beginning of the movie.
That's
I
right.
ju- I just got there and didn't go further down.
You gotta
Although-
read the entire source map.
Although let me share this real quick. This badass BMW. This is actually on BMW's website. They actually show like the car that was used, and so it.
With the
This
two
is one
wheels?
of them here, but it shows how it was set up for the driving and stuff for the actor versus the actual guy driving.
Huh.
And then it's got like extra batteries and shit and all kinds of stuff in there. So
Huh.
it was pretty crazy.
It is pretty crazy.
Yep. So
But it'd be nice to know who had the best list and why it was Casey's. I think that we know
You
whose
had the
was
most
the worst.
overlap, I believe, Casey.
You are overlap. Let's be honest.
I love it.
So,
All right.
We have another topic. I don't know how many
We
minutes
do?
more because I can't really see that. Yeah, you said you're the
54
one who
minutes.
brought it up. Okay,
Jesus
so why don't we
Christ.
bring up about the PTS colors?
Oh, okay. Why
Yes.
don't we?
Well,
Why don't
Well,
we bring those
I'm excited
PTS?
about that. James is bringing it up. I'm just excited that Frozen Berry Metallic is actually being offered on a 911.
is that Matt Farah's color?
It is Matt Farah's color, but before Matt Farah had it, I've always loved Cassis Red, and they don't make it. And Frozen Berry Metallic is about the closest you get to Cassis Red. And so I've
what
always
car
did the
was
color.
Cassis Red on?
911.
Cassis, there's
911.
plenty of them. It's got that kind of it's G body. It was a G
G-body.
body color.
Okay.
They're cool.
Yeah.
Very-
Pretty rare color, and it's sharp. It is really sharp.
So this, from the screen, it looks like an orange. Is it more of an orange, like a peach color?
This is Sean Peach.
Okay.
Yeah, Sean Peach.
Well, I read that there's a couple of the colors are named after.
He's a sneaker designer.
Right, and so one was named after his son or something like that. So
Yeah. Well,
Well, what
second
other
one
cool
here
colors are there?
is Nashi Blue. There's a number of them, but
that's
we'll
the
go
one.
through a
Nashi
few
Blue
here.
is the one that's named after his son.
Okay. Elber Green,
Let's
which
see.
isn't too far off, right?
It looks like
From,
lizard green.
It does
It
look
does
lizard
look like
green.
lizard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Audrain Green Metallic.
Which looks-
okay.
Another green.
I like that. It looks like a metallic.
Well, that
You
looks
like
like
that?
oak green.
Yeah, this is Verde Zeltweg Metallic.
Yeah, it looks like oak. But
And I'm butchering the shit out of these, so sorry.
Yes,
That's
you
all
are.
This is Frozen Berry Metallic.
oh yeah,
Oh,
I like
which
this.
looks
This
like
is-
that.
this
Looks
is
like
the one. Yeah, this is the one that popped for me.
yep. This
Just
is my
going
favorite.
through
What
the
color
list.
is this? Like this is like what in an old G body
Cassis.
car.
Cassis
Oh,
Red.
Cassis. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
that- which
It's
they don't make
similar.
it, which-
It's lighter, I believe. I think the
Yeah.
Cassis is a shade
Yeah,
darker.
it's not the same,
so-
but it's close. It's in the same family, and it's really cool because when it's in the
but
sun,
it's modernized, right?
yeah,
It's modernized.
It's metallic,
and brought
so
it
it depending on the
front
lighting,
back.
it'll look pink, it'll look copper, it'll look sometimes like
Brown.
off brown, beigey. I mean, it's a cool color.
I don't know.
I like it. GTS Red. Whatever.
Yeah.
I'm a big
So
fan
they
of
just
red.
Yep.
changing
and then
names.
a couple silvers here.
Oh, I like that.
Synthenair, Dolomite, which I'll buy that just for the name Dolomite,
Yeah, no shit.
and Arctic Gray. So
Mhm.
there were a
Where's-
couple
well, I
others.
read Guards Red was going to be offered in PTS too
Yes.
on that article you sent.
Yes. It is for the 718, 911, and the Taycan.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it says it right down here.
Yeah.
So,
So yeah. So
but
I guess
think
because
it's pretty cool to get some decent new colors to choose from here. Not
Mhm.
that I'm going to choose them, but maybe on the secondary level
Yeah.
a couple of years from now.
well,
They
yeah,
still
are
doing.
these-
They still doing liveries. Can't you get them to do a livery?
I believe so.
you got the
but-
coin, you can get them to do anything you want.
Yeah, this is true.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's kind of really it.
So, real quick,
about
while we're
an
talking
hour.
about cars, I read this morning, and this is really not a big surprise. At least it wasn't to me. We keep talking about the decline of the EV world and everything. So, Fisker just filed bankruptcy. They're
Oh.
out.
Not surprising.
Yeah. So it's official. They the article I was reading this morning. Let me grab it real quick.
So do you think those cars are going to be worth money
No.
in 10 years from now?
I think
the
they're hot
Ocean, I don't
garbage.
think so, man. I think
You
these
they're going to
people
be the
now.
Saturns?
Probably
With,
so.
Worse.
Yeah, because these people have these brand new Oceans, and they're like, they're where are they going to get them serviced, or
They're
how are they going
hosed.
to get warranty work done? I mean, it's
Were Fiskers like were they creating their own like A arms, like
I don't know.
control
I mean,
arms, and
maybe.
those sort of things? Like were they that proprietary? Were they pulled off something else?
I gotta believe they're probably pulled off something else.
Because
I
I
know
know
they
their sunroof, their roof was like just, I mean, and that was the most expensive part of the car was the roof.
Yeah,
because it was
has
a
says-
solar
panels.
panel. Yeah.
It says it's official. Fisker has filed for bankruptcy, according to Reuters. They will begin to sell off its assets and restructure its debt. This is only 4 months after the owner, Henrik Fisker, began to signal the company would need potential file sooner rather than later. He said he needed to have someone come in and inject at least $350 million in funding to stay afloat. Nissan, I guess, was thinking about doing it, but then Nissan denied it and pulled out. So right now, he was able to secure $150 million in funding, but that was contingent on certain conditions being met, which wasn't. So basically lost the share. His stock in one day lost 20% of their value.
Oh,
And you know what, too? Every time I've seen a Fisker dealership, and I've seen there's not a lot of them, but I've seen about 4 or 5 of them.
Mhm.
They're always tied into a Jaguar.
True. Yeah.
Dealership. Yeah.
Which
Yeah,
is
so maybe
another
a
winner.
partnership. But it
Exactly.
says his assets are believed to be somewhere between 500 million to 1 billion, but its liabilities are estimated to be between 100 million and 500 million. The owners of roughly 10,000 Fisker vehicles sold to date are now wondering what will happen with service or warranty work. Plus, I guess there is 15 U.S. dealers and 12 European dealers that have 5,000 vehicles sitting in inventory.
yeah.
So,
Wow.
so if you want a cheap Ocean, now's the time to get one.
No.
Well, I mean,
Well, I
hey,
was
a
wa-
warranty's only worth as much as the papers a print on it, as
I know.
Tommy Boy said, right?
Yeah.
But the sad thing is actually the Ocean was a nice looking vehicle. I mean,
Yeah, I
you
don't
know.
think their stuff was designed poorly from an aesthetic perspective, but like
No.
Looks good, yeah.
the Hoovy recently bought Fisker, one of the cars, and it
Probably
was
the Karma.
yeah, the electronics are hot garbage.
Yeah. Well,
Um,
this is his second go around. He came
that's
out,
right. Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know, with the Karma. Then that was out for a little while and it folded. Now there's a new company that came in they named the company Karma, which basically bought,
That
for lack of
car.
better words, the
yeah.
DNA of that
Yeah.
car, and is building that car, but that company's called Karma. While Hendrick went out and opened Fisker again with this new Ocean, and he's already belly up.
Yeah.
So
It's a tough
Yeah.
market, man, especially when the EVs suck.
yeah,
So,
it's
what are you gonna do?
to be a startup. I mean, not that he was a startup, but to be a startup and try to come into and play where everyone else is already struggling, it's tough.
Yeah.
I mean, isn't DeLorean coming back into the market?
Supposed to, yeah. The new one's kind of
Supposedly,
hot looking.
yeah.
It's got 4 doors, gull wing doors. So
But it's going to be a supercar, and it's going to be,
yeah.
crazy amount of money.
That's for
So
another day.
Well, listen, there's a business model to be had. If you, it's a whole lot easier to build 15 $1 million cars than it is to build, the reverse.
Yeah.
So I mean, for the 15 people in the world that can afford that, they'll buy it for the, niche, and you're making the same amount of money as if you did, freaking a shit ton of production cars. So,
That's right. That's right.
Cool.
all right, boys, we got anything else?
Negative.
All right.
That's
All right,
it.
well, guys. I'm happy to be back. Thank you very much. For those listening, like Kevin said last week, listen, Kevin, go to the website, whiskeywatsywheels.com. Everything's there. And that's it, guys. Peace out.
Peace.
Good night.